Hello AvGeeks. Don't adjust your set, this is really me talking to you. I thought after over 11 years of spotting, 7 years on YouTube and 2100 videos, I thought I'd do a vlog and find new ways of interacting with the audience out there. It won't happen all the time. Obviously I still have a lot of videos that are coming and uploading, but I thought this would be a good way that I could talk about some of the videos that I've shot, some of the experiences that I've had, and what's coming soon. So we've recently finished a series from, I think it was in May last year, 2016, which was the first time I got to see AirAsia X's scintillating Phoenix livery, and so far the only time I managed to see it. But still to come, there's the time the Iron Maiden 747 visited Sydney, which was a nice afternoon. I think I must have gone after work, judging by the time that came in. And another series that I'm really looking forward to sharing with you is the Kuala Lumpur set, where I went to KL for a day to do some spotting over there. So those long-term fans of mine, and I really appreciate your support. You'll know that obviously I'm based in Sydney, so a lot of my spotting videos are obviously there, but in recent years I have tried to do some spotting at other airports as well. Kuala Lumpur will be probably the biggest international airport spotting that I've done so far, but it won't be the last. Yeah, so don't worry, it's not always going to be me sitting in my living room talking to the camera. I'm hoping that if this takes off and if this is a good idea, and do let me know, that I'll probably be vlogging from the airport, giving you access to Sydney Airport as I see it, and as, you know, how I go about filming it when I'm down there. So if this is a good idea, let me know. I hope that my regular commenters will get in and have a say, and it's also a way that perhaps I can address some of the questions in a vlog rather than just commenting. And I do try to get around to everyone's comments because my channel's not that big at the moment. It's not too hard to do. I'm a little bit behind at the moment because in June last month I was away on a holiday of Europe, so yeah, so I'm just catching up on that. But yes, the other thing I can talk about all of my aviation interests, and there's plenty of them as the vlogs go on. I could probably show off some of my die-cast aircraft collection, which recently got some in the mail, which is really always exciting. Not so for my wife, but yes, yeah, big collector. Again, the long-term fans may remember I did put up a die-cast plane video. It was photographs that were synced into sort of a music video thing. At one point a few years back I had almost 400 1/400 scale models, but that just became a bit unsustainable, so I had to trim it right back. My main collecting focus now is planes that I've flown on, and those from Qantas and Virgin Australia, obviously being in Sydney. They'd be the focus airlines for me. I used to have massive fleets for British Airways, Cathay Pacific, Virgin Atlantic as well, because of my English and Chinese origins. But yeah, a lot of those had to go. Luckily I got to keep some of them because now I've flown on a few of those airlines. So yeah, so recently in the mail I got this Air Tahiti A340-300. It's a I love this livery. I've always loved Air Tahiti Niue's livery. It was a shame when they stopped flying to Australia. But we got to fly them last year when we went to Tahiti, and on this aircraft, so that's Lima Oscar Victor. So yeah, did get to fly aboard this one, so it's always extra special when they do a model of a plane that you've actually flown on, so that's great. This one here, it's hard to see, I might open these up. Qantas A330-200, this is Echo Bravo Charlie. Used to be in the Jetstar livery, and before that was in a Qantas livery. And yeah, also flown on this one from Melbourne to Sydney, about 1 hour, not even an hour's long flight, but again, it's always good to have it. And from the recent trip, my flights with British Airways, have the 777-300 extended range, the ER. This one isn't the exact one that we flew on, and we flew on two, but still it's nice to have a model of it. And we have the E-Jet, the Embraer E190, Again, not the same aircraft we flew on, but a nice model to have. And Gemini jets do the open look and see. What's missing is the 767 that we flew on, and that's a very rare model to find. We also flew on an Air Berlin A320, again, another rare model. And found this in the mailbox. We could do a bit of an unboxing to find out what's in this one. So there it is. It's a British Airways A380, and just like the other ones I just showed you, it's actually one that we flew on from Heathrow to Singapore. This is Echo Bravo, and I forgot how big these 1/400 scale A380s were. Yeah, it's quite a hefty model, and but it's also really nicely detailed again. Gemini jets do a really good job with these. I know there's some haters out there for the A380, but for me they're a great plane to fly on, and nice smooth flight. Probably went a bit too quickly because it was an overnight flight from London to Singapore. It's the third airline I've flown an A380 with. And of course I would have flown on a 747, but they don't operate them anywhere near Australia these days. Certainly not in an easy routing anyway. So there we go. There's that one, and I'll see if we can get the other ones out to join it. Okay, so there's my British Airways set for the moment. As I said, the 767 is a really difficult one to find. What sucks the most is that I had one when I had my supermassive 400 plus collection, and I probably sold it to someone at a really good price, and now I want it back. But anyway, if one ever does pop up, I'll be on the lookout for that, or if someone re-releases one, that'll be even better. And obviously you got a good indication here that the E-Jet, the little E190, is really small compared to its brothers, cousins, whatever you want to call it, from Airbus and Boeing. See if we can fix the focus up there. Still, it's a beautiful little model, and it's a really good little jet. Probably one of the most comfortable flights we had on the trip. We flew that from Berlin to London City. It was a really comfortable flight. Makes you wonder why Virgin Australia want to get rid of theirs. And then the 777, this is the aircraft that replaced the 747 on the route to Sydney. So of course we flew one very similar to this to Singapore, and on to London and back from Singapore, because British Airways only do one flight now from into Australia. So this model is Bravo Lima. We flew on Bravo Kilo and Bravo Charlie. Alright, and not to leave them out, but here's the two other Airbuses, the Air Tahiti A340-300 and the Qantas A330-200. Both great models. The Air Tahiti comes from Phoenix. Sure, really known for their high detail again. Let's see, look at that. Look at, you can see the detail in the livery there on the tail, and all the antennas. It's really great. As I said, a really big fan of this livery, so it's really good to have flown with them. And the Qantas A330, this is from Aero Classics. Yeah, so of course this livery's been replaced now with the new one that's just came out last year. Yeah, so anyway, always fun. The only thing about it is don't really have anywhere to display them all. So that's it for now. I'll see how I go if we're going to make some more of these. If you think it's a good idea, by all means let me know. Fire up some questions. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next one.